Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. recently grabbed headlines by scoring on his debut for Portugal's under-15s team, showcasing the footballing talent inherited from his father. Which got me thinking, who else has a dad who played football professionally? Well, I did my research, and it turns out there's more than I expected, and some that I never even knew had a professional role model. So with the intro out of the way, here's my condensed list of 8 footballing fathers and sons. So to kick off at number 8, we have the very well-known goalkeeping duo Kasper and Peter Schmeichel. Peter played 398 matches for Manchester United from 1991 to 1999, winning 5 Premier League titles, 3 FA Cups, and the 1999 Champions League, all while earning 129 caps for Denmark and captaining them to the 1992 European Championship. He may be the most decorated goalkeeper in world football, but his son isn't half bad either. Kasper made 412 appearances in goal for Leicester City from 2011 to 2022, winning the Premier League in 2016, an FA Cup and a League Cup, while following his father's footsteps with 108 caps for the Danish national team. At 38 years old, he's still playing regular football for Celtic in the Scottish Premier League, while also supporting his father, who retired in 2003, with his media work and charity initiatives. Next up, we have another Premier League duo of Liam and Rory Delap. Anyone who watches the Prem knows who Liam Delap is by now, and the Ipswich striker is in very high demand. But do you remember his father Rory? The midfielder is a part of Premier League folklore, fondly remembered for his ridiculous throw-ins. According to Stats Perform data, Delap's throws directly led to 24 goals between 2008 to 2010 while playing for Stoke City, helping his team to an FA Cup final. After retiring in 2013, Rory stepped into a coaching role and is now working alongside his international teammate Robbie Keane in Hungary. Meanwhile, his son Liam is just getting started. At just 22 years old, the striker is already leaving his mark in the Prem, scoring 12 goals for a relegated Ipswich side. We still expect him to be playing top-flight football next season. Next on the list was a huge surprise to me, as we have Mazinho, who was the father of both Rafinha and Thiago Alcântara. This family has completed football, winning almost every top accolade in the sport. Starting with Mazinho, the Brazil legend won the Copa America in 1989, before helping his side lift the World Cup 5 years later in the USA. Beating a strong Italy side in the final, Mazinho retired in 2001 at 35 years old, but his legacy doesn't end there. Little did he know at the time that his 2 young sons would also go on to dominate football. Rafinha started his career at Barcelona, mostly used as a fringe player throughout his 9 years with the Catalans. However, he still did enough to leave his mark at the club, earning multiple La Liga titles and a Champions League medal in 2015, while picking up 2 caps for Brazil's national side. On the other hand, his brother Thiago, who also started his career with Barca, would represent Spain on an international level, earning 46 caps for La Roja. He would go on to win 1 more Champions League than his brother, picking up the trophy during his time at Bayern Munich. Sadly, Thiago announced his retirement in 2024 following an injury-riddled campaign with Liverpool, while Rafinha is yet to make a decision on his future despite being without a club since 2024 also. Surprisingly, the brothers never played a game together during their careers, but did face off in a Champions League match back in 2015. Next at number 5, I have the American duo of Claudio and Giovanni Reyna. Claudio is a US soccer legend, earning 112 caps for the national side, including 4 World Cup campaigns. The midfielder helped Rangers to a Scottish League title on the turn of the century before making a Premier League move to Sunderland. He then earned a move to Manchester City, where Giovanni spent his early childhood. The Reyna family would then return to the USA, and Giovanni would come through the ranks at New York City FC before moving to Dortmund's academy at 16. At 22 years old, the winger is still at Dortmund, but his international career has been hampered by a scandal involving the father and son. Giovanni's poor attitude in training led to limited game time in the 2022 World Cup, which angered his parents. His parents, Claudio and Danielle, sparked a scandal by contacting US Soccer to reveal a 1991 domestic violence incident involving coach Greg Berhalter, upset over Berhalter's comments about Gio's poor training attitude. The scandal has since been swept under the carpet, and Giovanni has become a key member for the Yanks, winning Best Player of the 2020 for CONCACAF tournament. Up at number 4, I've got another USA international, Timothy Weah, and his father George. George Weah has made his mark in football history, becoming the first and only African Ballon d'Or winner in 1995. This came after an illustrious Champions League campaign with PSG, where he was the top scorer in the competition. George would go on to pick up league titles for Milan and an FA Cup with Chelsea before retiring in 2003. He is now heavily involved in politics, becoming president of his home nation, Liberia, in 2018. His son Timothy opted to play for the USA national team after being raised in the States, playing alongside the likes of Giovanni Reina. At 25 years old, he is now getting regular game time at Juventus, helping them win a Coppa Italia in 2024. Into the final 3, and firstly I have Patrick and Justin Kluivert. Patrick is a Dutch football legend, winning the 1995 UEFA Champions League with Ajax and the 1999 La Liga with Barcelona. The clinical striker was the Netherlands' top scorer with 40 goals until 2013, when Arsenal and Man United legend Robin van Persie overtook his record. His son Justin also started his career at Ajax, and now plays for Bournemouth in the Prem, becoming the first player to score in 6 major European leagues, including a historic Premier League penalty hat-trick in 2024. Both players have made significant impacts, with Patrick transitioning to coaching roles, including assistant manager for the Netherlands and head coach of Adana Demirspor, while Justin continues to build his reputation as a dynamic winger. Into the second spot we have another Dutch legend, Johan Cruyff, and his son Jordi. Johan Cruyff revolutionized the game with his total football philosophy, winning 3 Ballon d'Or awards, 3 European Cups with Ajax, and leading the Netherlands to the 1974 World Cup final. He also won La Liga with Barcelona as a player and later managed Ajax and Barcelona, creating the famed La Masia system. At the time, his son Jordi was coming through the ranks at Barca and went on to make 41 appearances for the senior team before moving to Man United. Here, he helped United win a Premier League trophy in 1999, but struggled for regular game time and was returned to Spain after 4 years. He would never quite hit the same heights as his father, who sadly passed away in 2016. Jordi had retired from professional football 6 years earlier, stepping into a managerial role, and is now the technical director of the Indonesian national team. And finally, at number 1, we have Alf-Inge Haaland and Erling Haaland. There's no introduction needed for Erling Haaland. The Norwegian powerhouse is sweeping up awards everywhere he plays, scoring an insane 256 goals in 325 games for Man City and being shortlisted for the Ballon d'Or. Meanwhile, his father was a Premier regular, playing in a more defensive role during his time at Man City. Sadly, his career was cut short due to a notorious tackle from Roy Keane in 2001, and he never recovered, eventually retiring in 2013 after making just 45 appearances in 13 years for numerous clubs. He now features regularly in punditry roles, while his son Erling will surely continue to dominate football for many years to come. And that completes the list. Did I miss anyone? If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.